The 5th of August, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi Devarim.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Rabbi, we lost your picture.
Now, let's see. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Can hear you, but I can't see you.
He's
Now
back.
you can.
See you now.
Good. Okay, let's go. Lou, we were at the tail end of Pasuk Aleph. We're in the Rashi Vachatzeros.
Lachatzeros, the Machaluk so shel Korach, the dispute of Korach.
Yeah.
Devar
So
acher.
Yeah, one second. So that means this implies that it sounds like from Rashi that that the Machlokas of Korach took place in Chatzeros, in the place called Chatzeros. You never find that anywhere else. And the Mefarshim dwell on this. Okay, some say it was actually they went back to either there were two places called Chatzeros, or they went back to the original place where Miriam had spoken Lashon Hara about Moshe Rabbeinu, as was indicated, we'll see in a minute. Others, however, learn, and this is the chayra the closest to the pshat, is Chatzeros implies machloikos, meaning they were divided into different groups. Chatzeros means courts, means that the term is used nowadays like Hasidic Rebbes, whatever. The Bachatzeroi means in his court. But I mean, obviously, it's not used in a derogatory way. But here we're saying over here that the Jewish people were divided into courts, into groups. So this implies machlokas, and that's what Rashi means. Machlokas shel Korach. Just 1 second.
Where are we holding, Rav?
Devarim Aleph
Devarim,
in Rashi.
Perek Aleph, Pasuk Aleph.
Weiter?
Yeah. Another explanation.
Devar acher, alternatively, Amar lahem, he, Moses, said to them, Haya lachem lilmod. You should have learned. Mima she asisi lemir yam b'chatzeros. From what I did to Miriam at Chatzeros. Vishvil lashon hara, because of defamatory talk. Va'atem nidvartem b'makom. Yet you spoke against the omnipresent. Dizahav. Hochichan al ha'egel she'asu. He rebuked them over the calf that they had made. Bishvil rov zahav, because of an abundance of gold. Shahaya lahem, which they had. Shneimar, as it says, the kesef here basi law. I provided much silver for her, vizahav and gold. Asu, le Baal. They fashioned it for the Baal.
Right, that's for the idol. We often find throughout the history of the Jewish people that where they had prosperity led to complacency, and complacency led them to sin. So when they had prosperity, so they would say, listen, we're okay, right? If we have prosperity, obviously it means Hashem is on our good side. And they abused Hashem's goodness, and they went and served Avodah Zarah. Okay? Let's do Pasuk 2, Meah.
Okay. 1 sec. Okay. 2. Yes. Okay. Achar asayom.
Achad Asar.
Achad asar. It's 11 yom days. Okay. Mechorev derech har seir ad kadesh barnea. So it's 11 days from Chorev. Derech on the path to Har Seir to Kadesh Barnea.
Okay, it's normally an 11-day journey. This is what Rashi is going to point out.
Oh, okay. Achad Asar Yom Chorev, 11 days from Chorev. Amar lachem Moshe. Moshe said to them, Re'u ma she garamtem. Look at what you caused. Ein lachem derek kitzara mechorev l'kadesh barnea.
Kederech Har Seir.
Oh, kederech har seir.
There's
Okay.
no shorter way to go from Chorev, which is Mount Sinai, which is where they were. They had been there after Matan Torah, to Kadesh Barnea, from where they entered the land, where they sent the spies.
Okay.
Kederech Har Seir.
On the route of Mount Seir. Okay. V'afhu machalech achad asar yom.
And even that is an 11-day journey.
Okay. V'atem halachtem ota. And you went that way, I guess. You went.
And you traveled that route b'shloisha yomim, in 3 days.
In 3 days. Wow. Okay, Shaharei, for we see, the Esrim B'Iyar, the 20th of
It
Iyar.
goes into a bit of chronology.
Oh, Nasu Mechorev. Okay, so the 20th of Iyar, they traveled from Chorev.
Right.
Shenemar, Vayihi B'Shana Hashenit. b'chodesh hasheni be'esrim b'chodesh v'gomer. Okay, so let's see, Nasu, they traveled from Chorev, as it says. It was the second year in the second month, on the 20th of the month, Uve Esrim V'Tisha B'Sivan, Shachu Et Hameraglim, Mikadesh Barnea. Okay, so
They
let's
sent
see.
on the 29th of Sivan, they sent the Meraglim from Kodesh Barnea.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay, it says Semehem Shloshim Yom Shasu Kivrot Hata'aveh
Taba.
Otava She'achlu Habasar Chodesh Yamim V'Shivim Shasu B'Chetzerot. Okay. Oh, Lehisager Shah Miriam.
Okay.
Okay, so
First of all,
you,
let's make the calculation, first of all.
Mhm.
From the 20th of Iyar till the 29th of Sivan is 29 days of Sivan, plus another 10 days of Iyar. It's altogether 39 days.
Okay,
Okay?
right. So that's 39. Let's see. So then you take away from them 30 that they spent at Kirbat Atava, that they ate meat,
Right.
Chodesh Yamim, for a month of days. Wow.
Yeah, there's mentioned that that they had a craving for meat. Kosh Baruch Hu sent them quails,
Oh,
and each one ate a tremendous amount till till they came out of their noses, literally.
wow. Okay, so so they ate there for 30 days, V'Shiva Yamim, and another 7 days, Shasu B'Chatzrot, they sent at Chatzerot.
This Yagel Sham Miriam. And
Okay.
Miriam was quarantined there
Oh, she was quarantined there.
because she had tzoras.
Taras. Okay. So let's see. Nimsa, Shlosha Yamim,
3 days, which
So-
actually was even less. It was 2 full days plus.
Oh, okay. So 3 days. Okay, they went on their route. V'chol
Because
kach,
they went the entire route, they went the entire journey, that part, in 3 days.
in 3
Kol
days.
kach,
V'chol kach hayta hashechina mitlabetet bishvil lachem. Yochem.
means was in this sense it means mislabeta means because the Shekhinah was eager for you.
Oh, it was eager. Okay. For so much for you. Okay. Lamaher ve'itchem la'aretz. Hurry to get to the land.
Right, to bring you into the land.
Okay.
Hurry your entering into the land.
Ubishvil shekil kaltem. He save etchem sevivot har seir abayim shana. Okay, and because they didn't act right,
Right.
Hasave.
Let's see how I translated it.
Okay, but it's not in that.
Kilkel.
Because you were disobedient.
Oh, disobedient. Okay, it's a good word. Okay.
Made you circle Mount Seir for 40 years.
It's to come around.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
That I didn't realize. Wow.
right, that's on your right? Okay, go to that key card that's showing up.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Let's go to Pasuk Gimel. Phone.
So, let's see.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Pasuk Gimel.
והיא ב40 שנה, ב12 חודש, ואחד לחודש דיבר משה אל בני ישראל, ככל אשר ציווה אדוני אותו עליהם. ויהי.
Vayehi.
It was.
It was.
It was, right? 40th year. Ashte is in the 11th Chodesh month. The Chad Chodesh, the first of the month. Diber Moshe spoke to the Bnei Israel. Kikol Asher Tiva, according to everything Hashem commanded him to say that. Oto Elehem, that he was commanded, Hashem commanded to say to them. Okay,
Hashem, and so Hashem commanded him, Moshe Alehem, to say to them.
Correct. I mean, yes.
Let's see the Rashi. It's a long Rashi.
Long Rashi. V'hi b'arba'im shana be'ashtei chodesh be'echad chodesh. It was the 40th year, the 11th month, the first of the month. Melamed, and this teaches us shelo hochicham ela samuch l'mita. So this teaches us that shelo hochicham. He didn't give tochicha. I guess Moshe didn't.
Not reprove them.
Tochiach, except, right, I'm sorry, so the lo ela, so that's except. Samuch l'mita, when he was close to his death. 40th year is almost time to go in, and when he leaves the world for the moment.
Right. By the way, I don't know if we discussed this last year. One thing we have to analyze here a little bit. What was the purpose of this rebuke? Meaning, what, in other words, Klal Yisrael had done certain things wrong. They'd done certain misdeeds. Had they done tshuva for those misdeeds or not?
Well, most of them died off, and these were the children that probably didn't do as much as their fathers had done.
Right, but they hadn't sinned.
Correct.
Right. So, what is the purpose of reproving them?
I think it's because he's about to leave. Yoshua is about to take over, and the strength and heaviness of a rebuke at this moment, as opposed to whining at them for 40 years. But now at his time of death, I guess one, I remember reading that they pay attention. They couldn't hold much against him because he's not going to be around much longer. Two, as he hands over the control to Yoshua and has this heavy rebuke on them of all the things that happened prior to that, they should have it looming a little bit more overhead instead of being casual about, oh boy, we're here in Israel, I can't wait to get my plot of land. Maybe it's going to have a lot more meaning, again, because it was short and sweet at the end. Most people will tell a dying man, be quiet, leave me alone, don't bother me. But if he was saying it all through, I just remember he saved this for the end. But I guess it says they changed leadership.
So what is the purpose? What is the purpose of him rebuking them? again, I'm going back to the point. You don't, let's
So the
say,
thing-
as an example, whatever, your kid smashed the window, okay, in your house, okay, and you get very angry at him and you say, what are you doing? Carelessness, whether it's out of carelessness or anyway, so fine, you give a screaming to your kid. Kid says, Dad, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't really mean it. I'm not going to do it again. And here, Dad, I'm going to pay for whatever the damage. Okay. Now, is it appropriate then when this father dies, and now let's say the kid was 10 years old at the time when he did this, right? Now the kid comes along and 50 years later, right? Father's leaving this world. He's reached the ripe old age of 90 or whatever, and he says, son, I remember you were 10 years old, you smashed that window, and what's the point?
The point is, I see now what you were asking before. The point is, just like when Yaakov, now Moshe, brings the tribes together and labels Judah and Dan, and you're impetuous and you're at the snake of an ankle. It seems if that 10-year-old who's now 40 still has his wildness gene floating in him, that midah of a little bit careless, throwing a piece of bread over the table or something like that, he hasn't done tshuva for it. So in this particular case, if he notices the same midah festering in the children that was not tshuvad out, then it makes sense to bring it up. And here's what your fathers did. What do I have to do that? I don't throw baseballs around. I'm not impetuous. I'm not this. It wouldn't be necessary. Apparently, Moshe still saw that
So you're
Tshuva
hitting on a
Gemara
very
was
good
not
point,
done.
which maybe didn't emphasize, but you hit a very good point. We're talking about midas here. We're not necessarily talking about actual misdeeds, which maybe they did tshuva for those misdeeds. But we're talking about what caused them to do these misdeeds. It means their character faults, character flaws.
And he must have still seen them in this.
Is rebuking them about, and he's saying, you've got to, as they say in English, I don't know, Americans have this way, pull your socks up. Okay? Do you have that saying in America?
No,
Bootstraps. But yes.
Okay.
So he must have seen the same character faults in this generation, because to tell a very calm, serene, tranquil generation not to be so impetuous is falling on deaf ears, because that's not us. So he must have still seen whatever it was that right. Now I got what you're asking.
So the chayra, this is what he's seeing. In other words, it's not rebuking them for, it is rebuking them for specific actions, but he's rebuking them in the sense of what caused that misdeed still needs to be either be fixed up. You've got to do tshuva on that, or certainly you've got to be aware of your weak points and to make sure that they don't occur again. Okay? Yeah, so listen, let's continue the Rashi.
Nimi Lamad.
Nimi Lamad. Okay?
Oh, Nimi Lamad. So where did he learn this? Yaakov, from Yaakov. Yeah. Shelo Hochiach et Banav. He did not give Tochacha to his sons. Ela Samuch Lamita, also in time of his death. That I said it earlier. And Amar, he said, Reuven Bini, Reuven, my son, Ani Omer Lecha, I'm saying to you, Mipnei Ma Lo Hochachtich mipnei malo. Oh, why haven't I rebuked you? Kol hashanim halalu, all of these years before. Kidei shelo tanicheni. It was so that you shelo, that you shouldn't do something. Tanicheni.
That means you shouldn't lead me.
What's the shortish on that word?
Lahaniach. Lahaniach means to put aside.
Lahaniach. You should not leave me. Okay. V'telech v'tidbak be'esav achi oy gevalt. And you should go with my brother Esav. Umipnei arba'a devarim, because of 4 things. Ein mochechin et ha'adam. We don't give tochka to a person. Ela, except samuch lemita, when a person's close to his leaving this world.
Meaning that
Yep.
not the one being rebuked, the one who's rebuking, the rebuker.
Right. Well, we never know when the other person's leaving, but yes, it does make sense. It seems like you're giving the person, what Hashem does is so patient, giving time for this person to do tshuva. When the person who's going to do the rebuking is about ready to leave and he sees it hasn't been changed, he's saying, listen, I haven't been warning for the last number of years, but since I'm not going to be here to get on your case anymore, let me get on your case one last time. You still haven't fixed this thing. If the person's on the deathbed and you say you haven't fixed this thing, I don't know much you can do other than call for a nurse.
Right.
Okay. So, kidei shelo yehe mochicho. Kidei shelo yehe mochicho. So that he shouldn't give.
Reprove him.
Right. V'chozer u'machicho.
And we have to reprove him again.
Oh, and then to do it again. I get it repetitiously. Okay, hold on.
So that's one thing. Because in order for a reproof to have a strong effect, it should be only done once. Because if it's done more than once already, it sort of cheapens the effect. I mean, I always take this example, and maybe you're not experienced, but if I still have teenage boys, and you try to wake them up in the morning for davening, right? And you come back 15 minutes later, and there's no change whatsoever. So should you wake them again? I said, listen, I woke you already once. Okay, or shouldn't you? So on the other one, you want them to get up, but on the other hand, it just shows, like, Dad, you already woke me. So, but that's an example how you see that if it didn't have effect the first time, it has a weaker effect the second time.
No.
Okay, that's one reason. And
Shelo. And so his friend, that his friend should not see him. Mitbayesh mimenu kulei. He shouldn't be embarrassed.
Kulei means etc.
So he shouldn't be embarrassed.
Right.
In front of him.
Right means like you go meet your good friend, but you had something to, before you leave, you want to, got something important to say to him. Certain ways he's not behaving properly exactly. And then so you give him a reproof. And then the next day you meet him in shul again. So your friend's going to be a little bit embarrassed from you. Okay?
Could the Ita B'Sifrei?
As stated in Sifrei. Sifrei is the halachic medrash of Sefer Bamidbar and Devarim. Okay?